I found a used Lexus GX550 and I'm going to compare it with my LX. I borrowed this SUV from Seiner Cadillac. It is available for sale, 700 miles. Let's go ahead and get my impressions on this new luxury SUV. Now, I could not pull the window sticker for this SUV, but I do know that this is the incognito color. Also, this is just a luxury, so there is a luxury plus that you can get, and the only reason why I know it's not a luxury plus is because it doesn't have the panel roof on it. But on the front end, you got to admit, Lexus did a great job restyling this thing. This thing has that wide body stance you can see on the side there, and this is about the same size, if not just a little bit bigger than the LX. Now, when you get into the interior, it's not bigger. It's just, I think, the wider stance that it has. So you have this full LED headlight. You have that triple beam with the turn signals being LED as well. Also, you do have these fog lights, and then you have these cornering lights right here that light up on the side when you turn the steering wheel. It does have headlight washers as well, front parking sensors, and they give you this painted trim in gray down below here. Now, this does still have metal skid plates, which is kind of a shocker on this thing too. And here's a quick look at that hood. And then here is a look at the suspension. So you have the dual wishbone set up there. You have the coils. I believe air suspension is available for this. You can also see that sway bar as well, and then they do give you a fabric material for the liner inside of there. They don't even do that for the LX, by the way. And then here are the tires. These are the Dunlop tires. They're the exact same tire on my LX. Now, I do have the F-Sport wheels on my premium that I have, but if you were to get a luxury LX, you would get a 22-inch wheel, 4-piston front brakes, 6-lug too. And this 22-inch wheel, it's not my favorite design, but it doesn't look bad on this SUV though, especially when you step back. Now, these mirrors came straight off of the FJ Cruiser, by the way, and I like this black trimming that they give you. It gives it a nice accent, and that's kind of how you could tell an upscale vehicle from a more basic one, is when they give you like that cowl there that's painted or just a little bit different design. Now, back over to the mirrors, you have some cameras, and then you have this accent with the turn signal. Blind spot monitoring, no surprise there. And these windows were tinted, but there's really no chrome on the side of this SUV. You do have an option to get the power to pull running boards with the GX and the Luxury Plus, but you have the fixed ones here. And if you care, I would probably just get those PPFs if you don't want them to get all scratched up, because I can already see some nicks on that one. Smart key for the front and rear doors. And then, this being a off-road oriented SUV, you do have a solid axle out back. And I like this little black trimming that they give you on the side right there too. And I forgot to show you this. This is where you're gonna fill up at. I do know with Lexus you have to pull a lever to get that open, which is right here. Same as my LX, in the same spot too. Premium fuel only. And then here are the tail lights. I'm telling you, this thing looks so good. They did a great job restyling this thing. Now, your spoiler is black right here. And this glass does open. And it looks like this has the overlays too for the badging. Power lift gate. They do hide the hitch. You guys see the parking sensors down below. Now, this is the same story with my LX. When you have that third row seat up, you lose a ton of just usable space. So let's go ahead and put these down. You do have to hold them to go down too, sadly. Hate that. Now if you get a LX luxury, these are power, but with the premiums you have to hold it. And as you can see with the luxury on this one, you have to hold it as well. So this one has the all-weather floor mats, a few more accessories here, has the first aid kit. So whoever ordered this thing, they got every option you can get basically. And then just below here, there should be a little bit of storage. Let's try that one more time. So when you lift this up, you just have a little bit of storage right there. And then this is how you power those seats. You have a 120 volt power plug out back. And if you're sitting in the third row, you have one Type-C USB. You can control those seats too by power. And that's gonna be on both sides too. This is how you put down the rear hatch. And then here's just a side view of the GX. So this is the 3.4 liter twin turbo V6 direct and port injection. This engine does not have the same horsepower as the LX600, so it's going to have 349 horsepower compared to 409 horsepower, and you're going to have 479 pound-feet of torque for both SUVs. So it's a lot of torque. 10-speed transmission behind it. All in all, this engine does put down the power pretty strong, and the help of the full-time four-wheel drive system makes it even better. Let's go ahead and check out the interior. Because you're getting a Lexus, you're gonna have a lot more soft touch inside the interior. Now on the door, you guys can see right there, you have like an orange accent there. I like that. A lot of leather right there and here. And the top of the door is a hard surface, but it's all soft touch, so there is a little bit of give in there. You get a little bit of satin right there, and on the door handle. Auto up and down front and rear windows. You can adjust the mirrors to work with the key basically. And then you have a little bit of storage in the door. And I like how upright the windshield is. You can definitely tell they built this for like that more rugged look and feel. Now on the dash here, all this is soft touch, including up here. You have your brightness adjustment for this screen, odometer, and then you have up to 3 seat memories. You have a parking assistant. You can open or close that rear hatch, and you can disable or turn on the 120 volt power plugs inside. 12-way seat, including the thigh support. So this part of the seat here does go up and down too, which is nice. Power tilt and telescoping steering wheel, and then here is the kick plate down below. Let's go ahead and check out the passenger side. On this side, you're gonna have a 10-way seat because you do lose that thigh support. And that's the same on the LX. I don't know why they do that. I wish they would just, it's a Lexus, they should just give it to you, but it is what it is. A little bit of open storage up here. And then here's your glove box. And they give you a little bit of leather and a cushion here if you hit your knee. More leather wrapping right there. And here's that center armrest. Great job on this interior. Now out back, they do give you the curtains. I don't know why this is an option on SUVs. Like I wish that was standard for more, but on the LX, you have to get a luxury up to get this basically. Now this does feel about the same size as the LX out back. Now they do give you the option for captain's chairs. If you want this, you have to go to the ultra luxury, and it's a 4-passenger for the LX. Like I don't like that. But yeah, you have the heated outboard seats in this second row. You don't have ventilated, which is available for the LX. And then you have just the 1-zone climate control back here. On the LX, you can get 4-zone. You have 2 Type-C USBs. And even the seat backs are pretty similar for both. On the roof, you have those LED lights. Air vents are up there too. In the center, you have these cup holders. I will say, I'm just gonna be picky, this looks cheap. Just being honest, for this kind of money, it looks pretty cheap. And this roof does feel like it sits kind of low, but that's something that you're gonna have to get used to with these Japanese made SUVs, I always noticed that they always sit a little bit lower compared to the American ones. And there is a hump in the center there, so if you get the 7-passenger, that's just something you have to consider. This seat does tumble up like this, and I would say that this is probably the easiest way to get back to the third row by flipping this up. You could go through the center, but it's not that wide, as you guys can see right there. So yeah. Now these seats do not slide forward and back, just as an FYI, which I kind of would like to see that too, but not a big deal. 12.3-inch display for your multi-information, 14-inch display for your infotainment, and then you have a 10.7-inch display for your heads up. Okay. Now this, I like that they give you the navigation in here. It's really nice. Now on this side, if you were to compare the LX and this, I think I like this screen better. You get 2 screens for the LX, and it's nice, don't get me wrong, but I prefer this layout better. Just 1 screen, and you can see down here you can control all your seating controls, and you can disable that annoying sound. I don't like that sound. It just annoys me. But yeah, seat controls, this is something that you don't have in the LX for 2024. Now for 2025 they did add this, so it's the seat massagers. So let's go ahead and click on the driver's seat. They give you 5 different settings for it. You have what looks to be 5 levels of intensity, and if you turn it on, let's see how it feels. Not bad. It's definitely nice to have. Like, I can definitely feel the bottom part of the seat. Let's do another one. Oh yeah, there it is. So on the back is working right now. So yeah, this is a nice feature to have for sure. Just below the screen, you guys can see you have your caution light button here, your air vents, drive modes, traction control, tool haul, and ECT. I believe this allows the transmission to start in 2nd gear too, by the way. Right here you have a 12-volt power plug, 2 USBs. I think you have 6 in total. And this is where your cup holders are. I like that they hide those too. Wireless charger for the phones right there. And then this is for your four-wheel drive system. You can go high 4 or low 4. And then this is your center lock. A little bit of storage inside this area here. And all this is wrapped in leather too. So yeah, I think that if I were in the market again, I'm glad I got an LX. This is really nice, but I feel as though this is a little bit smaller than I would want to be in. Obviously this would be for my wife, but we do, you know, have kids that are getting bigger. And I think that the GX is a really nice SUV. I think that for the price point, for what you're getting, it's a Lexus. So Lexus, if they continue to have that quality aspect of it, then this will definitely be worth the money. And as you guys know, these things always hold their value as well. Let's go ahead and check out the numbers on the door. So here is the gross axle rating out front. It's 3375. The rear is going to be 3,915 pounds. And then gross vehicle weight rating is going to be 6,920 pounds. And if you care to know, these wheels are actually 22x7 wide. Those are not wide at all. Normally you see on 22x9. And then payload is right here. It is 1,235 pounds minus 40 pounds right there. But I hope you guys liked the video. This is definitely a nice SUV, and I'm glad I had a chance to see one. This is my first time doing a video on one. And yeah, I tried to put in an order, but I was way down on the list. And then luckily we found a used LX. And if I can go back and do it all over again, I would have bought the LX. See you guys soon.